Smitty, this is now 3 weeks that we've survived, both of us.
I don't even know what to do. Do we still pick in week 4 or what do we do?
I don't know. I think this is amazing now. And I really feel like, are we learning? Are we adapting?
Let's not get crazy. We just got lucky.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Players Meeting, a Win Dummies production, powered by the ACDGC and the KDGA. I'm your host, Lucas Deal, and this is episode number 61. The first ever Cascade Challenge as an Elite Series is in the books, and it was a battle. We'll break down both the men's and women's sides of the event and talk about what went down in the woods of Washington. We'll take a peek at our weekly picks. Did Smitty stay hot, or did I finally cool him off? And in the Survivor League, we're losing some people. We'll find out who's still standing and who just took their last shot. It's all in this episode, so stay strapped in. This is the Players Meeting, where scorecards end and opinions begin. And if you have not, please subscribe to our Disc and Deals coverage YouTube channel. That's where you can catch all of these amazing episodes. Also, you'll catch some other tournament coverage and challenge videos, all there for your viewing pleasure, so make sure you hit the bell for notifications. But without further ado, let's bring in the real star of the show, the one-time world champ, Chris Smith, aka Smitty. Smitty, hey dude, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, man?
I'm exhausted. It was a really rough day. First Monday of summer break, and I tell you, I am pretty tired. I was moving and doing things all day long today. So,
well, it seemed like you were very active on Facebook.
Got to get stuff going.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. So we got to finally put out a little bit of the course layouts for Doodah Open coming up.
About
Excited to get that going. We posted those up, and I think already 6 different people have signed up, so we got to keep that train a-chugging.
Ordered some Frisbees for it.
Do we want to give that away, or are we keeping that under wraps?
Yeah, we'll keep it under wraps until we get them in our hands.
All right, that's fair. Well, what's not under wraps is that you got involved in a tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some public information out there that said you shot pretty dang good.
I had a pretty good first round, and my second round was actually better than what it looks like. I was in a position that I was able to just play the last 2 holes for par, because the only way I could lose is trying to get greedy. And Kevin Babbitt told me a long time ago, winning is better than ratings, something along those lines, as I tried to make a putt for my rating and had to go to a playoff to I don't know if he beat me or I beat him, but it was at the roundup one year.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the Fling here in Derby, Kansas. And you know what, Smitty? That was our tournament, the Players Meeting. It was powered by us and Innova, of course. But we were the sponsor of the event. It was really fun. You let me kind of hang out a little bit, and that was cool.
My till was $122 short. You know anything about that?
That's not even close to real.
I did. This is crazy. I drove back to Derby yesterday afternoon. I had to drop some stuff off. And I left the cover on my bed open, drove all the way to Derby, all the way home, loaded up my trailer, went and dropped my trailer off, went to Ronnie's, and then I looked in the back of my trailer and I'm, what the heck? There's a dollar bill back there.
It survived the whole trip.
I pulled it out. It was a 20. Yeah. So then I'm like, what in the world is that doing back there? And I looked around, found another 20, 2 5s, and 3 1s.
What would that have been from?
I don't know, $53 just banging around in the back of the truck for
wow
40 miles. Probably lost.
Impressive.
Hope I didn't lose a whole bunch more, but
Yeah. Wow. Well, congratulations also, Smitty, because that is win number 96.
It was a good battle that last round. We had four guys playing pretty well.
That
Pretty well.
that lead card, at one point you were all 11. I'm just like, dang, they're shredding. And you had two Eagles. And
Kind
again,
of Eagles, yeah.
yeah, but you got to play for part of the final holes, and yeah, it was really fun to watch. I was glad I got to be a part of it. So if you have not ever played the Fling, that's one you got to get to. It's a really fun tournament. We got Toodle Toss coming up though this
And
weekend.
That baby's almost full.
Yeah,
Last I
surprised?
looked, it was 13 away. Well, I don't know what our record is there. It's got to be, we got to be getting close to it, if not exceeding it. It's a really small park, Lucas. You're going to be surprised at how small an area we're actually going to be playing disc golf in.
Well, I know I saw the drone footage that Kendra made, and I don't even think there's room behind some of the tees to even put a camera. So we're gonna have to get
it'll be tight.
Yeah, we'll have to be a little creative on some, but it looks fun. It looks like I might have to wear long pants though, because I'm pretty sure poison ivy is everywhere.
It is. It is. Lots of it. So, and I have a dog barking in the background. You're just going to have to live with it.
All right.
Sorry.
Let's live with it.
The 27 people that watch this podcast this week can just live with it also.
Okay. All right. Well, Smitty, let's jump into some action, shall we?
Yep, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's start where we always start. What's popping? What's been happening around the world of disc golf? And we know this week we took a little trip to Washington and we had the Cascade Challenge. Before we get into the results, Smitty, how much of this did you get to watch?
I consumed quite a bit of it, really. Friday, I mean, this thing started late our time. It was starting after 5 o'clock, so it was easy to catch them, but I didn't make it very long on Friday. I was doing other stuff and watching, and then I thought, oh, I'll just watch the replay. And I put my head down and I was out.
Yeah.
And then when I got home Saturday, I try to get everybody paid out as soon as I can. So it was kind of the same thing. It was on while we were eating Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Watched a little bit of it there, but didn't really focus in. Came home and finished up my tournament director duties and kind of watched some of it there. So I've seen most of it, and I watched most of the final round.
Okay.
So, but I didn't really dive in as much as I had hoped.
Well, from what you saw, what did you think of the course as one that's for the Pro Tour?
It was challenging. It seemed fair. There was some really interesting holes, I felt. I thought maybe this could be that wooded major course with a few tweaks.
Okay.
My only wonder is, well, I guess they did it in California, so they're already on the West Coast.
There it is.
So maybe, I don't know. But yeah, the course was great. It really lent itself to a outstanding battle in the men's division. There was, coming down the stretch, there was 4 or 5 guys that had a legitimate opportunity at winning if somebody slipped up.
Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth for sure. And I really kind of echo your sentiments there that this course was very, very good as far as the score separation. There could be big swings. You really had to play disc golf, and I always love that. I like these type of courses, and I thought it really lent itself to good battles. And I also agree, could this potentially be where our W.R. Jackson replacement for the Champions Cup?
Yeah, I haven't heard any talk about that being a possibility, but I mean, it would be a great spot for it.
Yeah, we got to get Jeff Spring watching this so he can hear all your good ideas, and it could happen.
All right.
Well, Smitty, here it is. Missy Gannon really took charge that final round, and she played extremely well to take this home because it was pretty tight up till that final round. I just want to point this out that I did call Missy winning. Not that that's a shocker. You said Holland, I said Missy.
Holland was really never even in the dang thing, it didn't seem like.
She really wasn't. She was just kind of just outside of the top the whole weekend.
Yeah, the interesting thing is Missy shot more under in the last round than second and third place did for the entire tournament. She shot a 10 down that last round.
Yeah. Course record, Smitty.
Yeah. Oh, it smoked it. But yeah, after the first round, your girl Rebecca Cox had a 1-stroke lead over Paige. Sarah Hokum and Missy were just one back of that. So it was really tight. 3-2-1-1 right there. And then Lucky and Hannah Wynn were also at one down, along with some Danny chick that I don't know. And a name that we don't see at the top very often, not Maria Oliva, my bag at home, but Kona Star Montgomery was way up there. After round 2, Paige, man, she looked like she was going to do all right. The little bit I watched of it. She had taken the lead and had 2 strokes over Missy and a few over Hannah, and Rebecca was rounding out the lead card there. She shot one up during the second round to kind of slip 961 rated. So the curse of Lucas for sure came into effect. And yeah, and like you said, Missy was 2 back of Paige going into the final round, and it did not take her long to catch her. She caught her on hole 5 of that round and then just ran off and left her.
She did.
As soon as she caught Paige, she made up another one on 6, 2 more on 7, another one on 8, gave one back on 11, 2 on 14, and then see ya.
Yeah, she was off of the races. And it wasn't just Paige she left behind. She left the entire field. I mean, Owen had a good final round in her own right to get back into a second place finish tie with Paige.
Yeah, but she did run off and leave Paige, and Owen was on the chase card, and this was
exactly
chase card comeback. So had Owen been with Missy, I don't know, would it have put a little pressure on Missy? I don't know. She still bested her by 6 strokes. So yeah, Missy looks pretty good right now. The weird thing is when you watch her play, it doesn't seem like she is shredding.
Never.
She's just there.
She's just so consistent.
Yeah, dude. So she led the field in 4 really important categories. Birdies. Weird. You can lead the field in birdies and win.
Is that how it works?
Fairways hit, parked, and circle 1 in regulation. So she was either parking them or giving herself a putt more times than anybody else in the entire tournament. So
yeah, and I mean she's typically a fantastic putter too. Well, I wouldn't say she's as good as Owen, but I mean she's really good in her own right. And to have that many opportunities, she's gonna make quite a few of them.
Yeah, any great player, seasoned vet, if you give them enough opportunities in the circle, they're going to likely beat you.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, congratulations to Missy on back-to-back wins. Isn't that back-to-back for her? Yeah, I think she won last week as well.
Champions Cup?
Yeah. Yeah, she won the major, I'm pretty sure.
Is it terrible that I don't even remember who won the major?
Oh, it seems like it was months ago.
I know.
That it happened. So, but yeah, and then I just kind of highlighted some of the other ladies there. Like you said, Owen had a really nice final round to catch up, and it was great to see Paige in the mix. I hope she can continue to do this. She had a great round earlier in the year, and I was like, she's back, and then she wasn't. So hopefully for the ladies field, Paige can put a little push in here. Your girl, Rebecca, I never feel like she's going to win, Lucas. I know that you do and you want to root for her, but she's just going to do something dumb coming down the stretch or something that just blows your mind.
Yeah, and she's going to do that a few more times. But Smitty, she's learning from him. Okay.
Maybe. What's weird is I watched her throw one shot wide right, and it was out of bounds the entire way, and it skipped in right at the end, and she didn't even like put her hands up or do anything. I'd have been like, ah. She just watched it and turned around and walked off like, I meant to do that.
That's her line, bro.
This is the same chick I watched putt at GBO one year and hit the front of the basket from 5 feet and cartwheel into the in and made it and just took her disc out of the basket and walked off like nothing happened. Yeah, that was weird stuff. And then I put Holland Hanley in there just because I think that she's USA's best chance at a women's world title.
I don't.
You don't? You think Missy?
Missy's so good, bro. That consistency is going to pay off.
Maybe, but it's going to take quite a bit of consistency to and great play, I think, to beat Kristen over 5 rounds at Worlds.
For sure. No question about it.
Yeah, you're right. Between those two, that's our best shot. And, I'm not going to say that Missy won because there was no Euros in the field, because there was no Euros in the field. Go Missy, man. You can only beat who's there.
Yeah.
So
she's just playing the tournament, man.
There we go. That's enough ladies talk for me for the week. How about you?
Sure, we can move on. Let's move on to the dudes.
If you want to talk about them a little bit more, we can.
No, I think you gave the highlights where they needed to be. Probably just another shout out to Hannah Wynn, who made lead card. That's a name we don't always see up there too. So.
Oh, I don't know if you saw that another one of your favorites had to DNF because of a hip issue.
Yeah, I did see that.
Woman.
Yep. Yeah, Emily Weatherman did DNF, and it was her first DNF of her career, she said. So.
Wow.
Darn.
That's tough.
But gotta stay safe. That's your career, bro. So.
Yeah, I guess
all right.
so.
Let's look at these dudes, Smitty. Tell me how this shook out, and tell me what you thought of that final round specifically, because it was truly a battle.
It was, man. And there's a lot of dudes here in the top 10.
Yeah.
Right. The cream pretty much rose to the top,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Barella, incredible performance by him.
Yeah.
Fantastic last round, 1073 rated. To, put a move on Ezra and come back and get the win. We'll talk about Ezra here in a little bit. Simon Lizotte. I haven't watched his vlog yet today. I didn't get to it, but I enjoyed his first 3 vlogs. And did you watch the one where he's putting off the back deck?
No, I only watched the first of this particular swing.
He came back after round 1 and went out on the deck and looked down there, and the basket was there, and he says, "Oh, death putt." And he took his real discs and started putting like the first or second one off the top into that lake. And then he just keeps missing and missing and missing. And then the next thing you know, he is putting with every disc in his bag, every one of his go-tos off the top of this deck at this basket that's feet from the water. And they come back a little bit later. Paul Cryans is down there with an oar, fishing Simon's disc out. Simon left, went and ate a burrito, came back.
Oh my God!
That's just amazing that guy just really doesn't seem to care what disc he is using. He's just going to make it work. I think he's a tremendous talent.
Yeah.
Some of those throw-ins he had the last round were ridiculous.
Yeah, he's easily my favorite player. I mean, how can he not be? He's just so much fun to watch. And those vlogs, man, it just really highlights who he is too. If you've never seen these, I swear you just have to watch. You just fall in love with this guy even more. Yeah. And apparently he played the tournament that he played when he went back home and played what's that course that he's
Maple Hill?
Yeah, when he played Maple Hill, he was using all brand new unthrown discs because he had left his discs out west and still won by quite a bit.
And shot almost 1,100 rated.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
The first time I watched those vlogs, I messaged Ronnie and I'm like, dude, I didn't know it was possible, but I'm a bigger Simon fan now than I was before.
Yeah, they're so fun. And he highlights other people too, which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, and then we got Rick. I really thought Rick had a chance at he was getting, the crowd was getting behind him, the momentum was shifting in his favor, and he was smiling. And man, I think when Rick is smiling and crowd's hyping him up, he's a tough dude to beat, and he's another one that's easy to get behind when he's playing well.
Yeah,
Simon you can get behind all the time.
Yeah,
Kyle Klein right in the mix the whole time. He's in
the silent assassin,
kind of like Missy. You just don't know how he's hanging around, but he's doing it. So, and then Gannon,
another top 5.
Yeah,
not a win. You don't hear about him, but here he is.
And he wasn't out of it until
the very
really
end.
Late. Did you see that deer razz him though?
Yes, I did.
And did you listen to Ian during that portion?
No. What I saw you post something. What was said?
What a weirdo. He's like, whatever course he normally plays, I don't know what it is, but he's like, I've seen a bobcat on the fairway, but never a deer. A whole deer. Never a whole deer is what he said. So,
all right. Well, when we were droning this weekend, we got a deer on drone. So I can't wait till we do commentary on that. I'm going to say something very similar.
Yeah, I'm
sure a whole deer. A whole deer.
Dumb dad joke. And then they're in 6th place. Man, we got a tie with Paul Macbeth, a guy that we didn't hear much about all weekend, but there he is. Just
hated to see it.
Just right there. Yeah, I bet you did. And then Eagle. It was good to see Eagle have a great round and a great series of rounds.
Tournament, really. Great tournament.
The last round wasn't what he was hoping for it to be. He just seems grumpier than he normally was right now. So, I mean, I guess it's probably frustrating to go from the next great to a guy who's trying his butt off to get another W.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's good to see him coming back. And then Ezra Robinson, I don't know if you saw his shot on that Mando hole.
No.
Hole 7, I think it is. It was ridiculous, Lucas. You got to go back and watch it. I think it was in round 1. Might have been round 2. But he just rips this Anheuser all the way down there and puts that thing 3 feet from the pin on a 490-foot hole. With just an absolutely impossible shot. And he just drilled it. It was amazing. Your boy, Cole.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
Kind of up where he's from, too, though.
Well, I don't know that matters too much. I mean, these guys are so good. I don't know if there's too much of a home course advantage.
Yeah. People sleep on Cole, man. He's a great player. And he's still young.
Yeah. And then a couple more young guys, Ty Love and Luke Taylor, who we saw towards the end of last year. It's good to see him up there. I think we mentioned him last week at Masters Cup, finishing up towards the top. And then finally, rounding out the top 10, 2-time Isaac Robinson, who I believe was leading
at one point after
the first round, maybe.
I think he was tied.
He was not. He was in 4th after the first round. He was in 4th after this. Okay, so he was never leading.
Okay.
So, but he was. I mean, I'm sure at some point he was the top dog on the scorecard, on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
but he was ahead of the other dudes. So, yeah, man, it was a really great tournament for a lot of people, and there we go. We talked about it previously. It's kind of weird that the guy that wins has the most birdies. This dude birdied half the holes.
Yeah, and it's a tough course.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I thought people that what's crazy is we had some Survivor picks, and during our Survivor segment, I said I was worried about a AB in the woods, and I think he threw at Luna almost every time.
Yeah, I'm not worried about AB anywhere.
No,
The
I'm
thing
not.
that
I'm not either
used
anymore.
to be AB's Achilles heel was his putting down the stretch would get him, but I put this guy in that same category of dudes that I don't think are ever going to miss.
Yeah,
So what a bad dude for sure.
absolutely.
So yeah, so I think that pretty much sums up the men's coverage as well. Unless you think we need to dive into these guys a little bit, I think we hit all of them on our way through there.
No, yeah, I think we nailed those.
There is one dude we need to talk about.
Man, he just seemed completely outmatched that final round.
But he's not.
But what happened? What do you think happened that final round?
Well, he was wasn't too long ago. He was here at Kansas City Wide Open in our neck of the woods, and he was on the lead card and had a tough final round performance.
You think it's the camera?
I don't know that it's the camera. I think it's just the pressure of the situation.
Okay.
And I think that it's probably hard for him to, it's probably in his head, I'm guessing. And until he can find a way to have success or convince himself he's going to do better, he's going to struggle with it until he finally breaks through. And this guy has, Lucas, all of the skills needed.
Oh, there's no question.
So,
yeah, he's really, really good, but he did not look good that final round. He played a really, really good tournament until final day.
Yeah, he dropped 12 spots, man. He let's find him here. He dropped 12 and he didn't get his first birdie until
it was
super late in the round.
I want to see that dude do well. I mean, just look at those arms. He's got superpowers there. So
he could be a movie star.
He could. Good.
But yeah, one birdie in the final round is you're not gonna win very many tournaments doing that.
Nope.
That is for sure. All right. So
you want to look at some other tournaments that happened this week, or at least one?
Yeah, let's at least talk about Las Vegas. I think.
Yeah.
What did you think about this? Actually, was the big deal, bro. Until I found a better one.
Okay.
But what did you think about a tournament with such a rich history? The Las Vegas Challenge has been on the Disc Golf Pro Tour before. It's happened for a long time, as long as I can remember it happening. I don't know what year they're on, but it's been around a long time. What a kind of a bad weekend, I think, for this event to take place.
Yeah, it was really strange. I mean, especially considering there kind of is a gap this next week. Like it could have been this weekend coming up. I mean, there's no Pro Tour. I mean, other than in Europe, there's no Pro Tours happening here. And I don't know if there's another big tournament happening, but it's not crazy far from Washington.
No, and it stole some dudes from this tournament.
Yeah, Vinny, right?
Yeah, Calvin. I thought I had a slide for this. I must have deleted it, but listen to this. Listen to this top 10. Calvin with the win, 33 under. Emerson Keith, second. Here's a shocking name. Who got third? Cupcake.
I saw him after the second round. Anyway, I saw that he was in third then too, I think. So yeah.
Bradley Williams, Paul Oman, Noah Mintzma, so Matty O. So there's some good dudes there. Not a lot of obviously top tier dudes because they're up in Washington battling for Elite Series points, but not having Calvin at a tournament is
Calvin I mean Matty O hasn't been as good this year, but he's another top tier dude.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Williams is a top 20 dude a lot of times. So, yeah.
So, yeah, but Cupcake was actually 2 back after the first round, tied for the lead after the second round, fell back a little bit around 3, and then in the finals, Calvin put some distance between them. But
yeah, I didn't realize he was leading after round 2. Wow.
yeah, pretty good tournament for him. So finally, have you ever seen him play other than the putt videos?
Yeah, I know he can bomb. He can throw far.
He can throw it really well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is very helpful at those ball golf courses in Vegas.
Yeah, that suits his game.
A lot of big bombs. So,
yep.
Anyhow, we got some tournaments coming up too.
We do. We're going to start our European stretch.
Yeah, there's a few of our dudes going that way. Are you going to watch much of this?
Well, let's look at who we got in the field, and let's see if I'm going to make a decision based on that. I know we're not doing Survivor this week because I think it is a limited field. But who do we got? So our top-rated player. So it looks like there's few Americans. It looks like Paul or Yuli. Yeah, Yuli is our highest-rated American. Ezra's making the trip too. Ezra Aderhold. And then the next highest American is James Conrad and Eric Oakley. Yeah, I'm probably out. But, I mean, I'll probably watch, like, highlights and things, but I'm not going to sit around. I also have Toodle Toss this weekend, so that's much more important than this.
Well, and this might be going on while we're sleeping.
Oh, that's true. That always makes it tough, too, the European swing and actually watching it live.
So, yeah, the ladies will probably be going off really early, and the men, probably about the time we're waking up, they'll be going. I don't know the whole time change difference, but
yeah,
it will be
early. Yeah, in the morning for us.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it I'll watch. I'll probably, like you, either speed through the post-production or catch the highlights. I'm assuming it's going to be on Disc Golf Network.
I would think so.
Seems like it would be.
I'm just looking at those women, Smitty. Not a single American in the top, what is that, 7?
Well, what's going on? What's getting ready to come up?
Yeah, so next week after this one, we'll have the Northwest Disc Golf Championship or whatever that new thing is. It's a new one for the tour, but it's essentially the Portland Open.
Okay.
They just renamed it. So
yeah, that'd be tough to make a trip over to the Czech Republic and get back for that.
Yeah, so I'm assuming any of the Americans that are there, Yuli, Ezra, they're not going to make the trip back, and they're just going to sit that one out. But that'd be crazy if we see any of those.
I'll bet you we do.
You think Lil Nick's making the trip back?
Lil Nick's not coming back, I wouldn't think, but
okay. But maybe
I'll bet Yuli will be back and he'll play.
Ooh, that'll be nuts if that happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's a lot of traveling.
Yeah, more than I'm gonna probably ever do. So right on. Well, I think that wraps up what's popping. Neither one of us were 100% really informed on what was going on. We took it in a little bit, but life's busy for me right now.
Oh yeah, me too. So DDC's in full swing. We have tournaments the next 5 weekends. We'll be going somewhere. So we are really, really busy. And then of course our timing is perfect. We close on our house on June 6th, and then that's all going to be happening at the same time, moving into the new home. So, woo!
Yeah, I'm busy that day. Sorry.
Good choice. We did get Mivers.
Oh, that's a good choice too.
Yeah, thank you. But all right, Smitty, let's take a look at how our weekly picks went last week.
All right,
we didn't really know too much.
I'm down for that. Let me add him to the stage here.
Okay.
Start where we always start, with the stinks. I went with the hammer. You went with the beast. Lucas, don't pick him as a stink anymore.
I thought maybe.
You're going to end up owing me some Roadhouse if you keep doing dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a poor choice. But I was just like, man, this dude averages 5th. There's no way he's going to keep doing it. And he was 1 below. So it was still a good stink as far as he didn't finish better than his average. But you nailed it with the hammer.
You can't finish in the top 10 and say you stink. You can't finish in the top 15 and say they stink. And top 20 is a stretch, you big dummy.
Hey, I'm just saying it was worse than his average. So that's the win for me. I need something to grasp onto here.
There you go. If we had a participation ribbon, we'd give you one.
Thank you. I do enjoy those.
I imagine you do. All right, sleepers. You got me good, I think. I went Scott Withers thinking
this was a tough one.
Why?
Because the deal we made, because he didn't have any stats, the deal you made was I just had to my guy had to finish better than your guy. So
now I felt like Scott Withers was going to be a top 15 guy.
Okay.
And I didn't assume you were going to take. I figured you were going to do something stupid. I didn't think you'd do something smart and take Eagle.
Yeah.
But you went against your norm and made a great pick.
Thank you. Gosh, yeah. It's nice. It's you give the best compliments. First you just really insult. As you're giving the compliment, you're insulting. So it feels good, man. Thank you.
Break you down, pick you up. I got you. I got you.
So how did we finish?
Eagle was a great pick. Great pick. Tied for 35th for Withers and 6th place for the Bird, which could have been better.
Yeah, he was, like I said, he was lead card all weekend. It's that final round got a hold of him.
Yeah.
Not the same way it got a hold of Ezra Aderhold, but still not his best showing that final round.
And Withers was he was on coverage for 2 holes, and then we didn't see him again.
Yeah. I do appreciate that they do that. They're just not showing all the terrible shots.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Because we didn't even have to watch Ezra's round.
Yep.
So, yeah, and I'll bet you that's a load off of these guys as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, and I forget what hole it was on, but Ronnie and I were watching a course and chatting back and forth, and the mic caught somebody saying something. I don't forget what it was. Something like "Get away from me! I don't even want to be on camera, dude."
Oh,
yeah, and you could just hear it just for a
whose voice
second. I couldn't figure it out. It was like muffled and not right in the mic. It was a little bit of ways, but yeah. Interesting. Yeah, Ronnie didn't hear it either, but I did. Then we got our shines. And I went Little Nick, thinking, this guy's going to have a weekend. He won this event last year. He played well at Masters Cup. Let's go, Nick. And you went 2-time.
2-time when there wasn't a major. And he did well.
He did really well.
He also didn't have a good final round, but top 10's good.
Top 10's awesome.
Man, Lil Nick for a shine and finishing 28th.
Yeah, if he'd have been 3 places better, I'd have given him a yellow. I think top 25 deserves a yellow, but yeah, not his best showing, that's for sure.
Well, it's nice to see some greens on my side for a change, especially when you had all of them the week before. So,
was that last week when I smoked you so bad?
Absolutely, yeah. I haven't stopped thinking about it since, honestly.
Yeah, I bet not. So, well, let's get into some Survivor.
Okay.
Hopefully, we lost some people.
We did, Smitty. Not a ton, but we did lose some. So let's see who we got here.
Lucas and Smitty.
Yeah. Did we survive? I guess that's the question. And here we go, Smitty. Hey, look at that. You picked Rick, 3rd place. If you would have done the same thing I did, where I usually match my shine with my pick, you would have been in trouble with Lil Nick.
Yeah.
But you were smart. You picked Rick, and you advanced to the next week. Smitty, this is now 3 weeks that we've survived, both of us.
I don't even know what to do. Do we still pick in week 4 or what do we do?
I don't know. I think this is amazing though, and I really feel like, are we learning? Are we adapting?
Let's not get crazy. We just got lucky.
All right, let's see who did not get lucky this week. We're going to say goodbye to 4 folks. All right. So 3 people also were on the Lil Nick train. So we got to say goodbye to Kui, Junod,
Later, Moonbeam.
Tyson M.
See you, boys.
And then with the hammer pick, we got to say goodbye to Noffer.
Oh, poor guy. So, yeah, man, in 2 weeks here, we're going to have a little bit tougher job. I think I've went GB, AB, Rick.
Yep, and I've done a combination of, I think I have AB left out of the main 4, as there's kind of cycles through. And that's really what Noffer was telling me. He's like, I'm trying to save one. And I'm like, hey, you saved him, man. You can save him for the next Survivor League.
Yeah, sure did, guy. So you might need to post 2 people have picked.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to. I mean to. But we have 14 people in total now, including us. This is our biggest one yet. And
it was awesome.
It is. It's really fun. It just is going to stink when you get out early. Luckily, we have not yet. But some of those people sitting out. I will say that Alexis Chapo, he said, I do not want in on the next one. He's fed up.
All you gotta do is win one time, and you can. Patsy's still riding on money from that first win.
Yeah, and she's still alive.
Man, do I go Simon in Portland?
Ooh, Smitty, I like what you're doing. You're acting like you're going to do something, and then letting people make bad decisions. That's intelligent. I like you.
Maybe I'll go Eagle.
Yeah,
I love you, Portland.
There's some people available, but as I mentioned earlier, we are going to skip this week, and we will pick for the next tournament in the U.S., which will be the Northwest Disc Golf Championship or whatever it's called. I'll make sure that I send out messages to you all.
Maybe we should play this week, Lucas, because we both have little Nick left.
Yeah. I mean, we could.
We're not playing. That's cheating.
But that's incredibly smart, Smitty. I can cut everything out, and we never mentioned it.
Next week's on.
Yeah, so we're going to skip this week, and we'll be back on for the tournament in Oregon. So I'll send messages to everyone, and we'll see who is survived after that week.
That's going to be a banger too, man. I think they're playing Milo and Glendavere.
They do both, exactly.
That's going to be a weekend.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that tournament because those are some of our favorite courses on the tour.
Yeah, maybe next week, since we have an off week, we should try to do something. Maybe we should revisit those first week picks or something. Remember we had everybody in?
Yeah.
Might be a cool thing to do, revisit that.
Okay,
We can invite those guys in if we wanted to. Or it could just be you and me making fun of them.
Yeah, I like that usually.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah. No, they don't get to come back, Smitty, unless they've done really well or really bad. There's no in between. If you were in between, see ya.
I'd like to know what Chain Clanker is thinking.
Yeah. So
the hottest pick, Kona playing in the final 9 at Worlds. The final group. Yeah, that was a pick. So right on. What else do we have?
What do we have, Smitty? Tell me.
Welcome to Big Deal, the segment of the show where Lucas takes a deep dive into things that everybody's talking about. Whether they deserve the hype and truly are a big deal, or a just total overblown, big deal, bro. Get ready for some hot takes, sarcastic commentary, and a little bit of drama. Because in this segment, we'll decide whether it really truly is a big deal. Don't flip my slide yet. Have you looked at it yet?
No.
Good. you're going to like this one.
Okay.
In fact, you're going to love this one.
Okay.
Are you ready, Freddie?
Yeah.
All right. Woo.
He's excited too.
Cadence Burridge got a win over the weekend, Lucas.
Well,
he did the reverse Natalie Ryan. She went and played an MA1 tournament and won it. What do you think, Lucas? Is that a big deal that Cadence Burridge, instead of going to a tournament and playing open women and beating up on some 850 lady who can throw it 112 feet and not even putt, or that she said, you know what, I'm going to make myself better, and she jumped into the advanced men's division and got after it?
Yeah, Smitty, you're right. I love this. I did see this as well. Also messaged her about it because I'm super hyped that she did this. This is a huge deal because she didn't take an easy win. She could have won FPO easily. I'm going to tell you this right now, Smitty. I don't think there's a lot of women on the tour that could go into an MA1 locally and still win. I don't know how well they do. So I'm super duper impressed. Not only that she challenged herself, but that she was able to get the victory. And Smitty, I'm just going to put this on record that her name is pronounced Burge and not Burridge. She's not related to Robert.
Oh, I thought they were cousins.
But yeah, dude, this is so cool. This is the coolest thing, to not only compete, but then to win. I mean, we have some pretty good MA1 players here locally, and I'm just thinking she had to have averaged pretty dang good disc golf to get a victory of that magnitude in a the highest division of amateur for men.
She went 1,958. So her first round was the hot round and really good, right? That's gonna be at the top of a lot of advanced men's cards. But there's going to be dudes that are going to pop off too and go over 1,000. Yeah. I haven't looked at the fling to see what the top advanced guy was, but 958 is below her rating. So she had a lead. We don't know how that played out. She won by 2. Did she have a lead going in and, play defense the last hole? We're not sure what happened there, but she beat a field of 30 dudes. 30 guys.
Dude,
let's just
She's such a badass.
Assume that she played the same course as the men. I don't know without looking, but there was 33 pro men, and she would have been right in the middle at 13 down. She would have just missed cash by a stick.
Yeah, that's insane.
Which would be more impressive to you, if she played open and cashed, or winning advanced?
That's a good question, and I think I'm more impressed with this, with getting a win. I think it's hard to win no matter what division you're in, and especially, I don't know if this is like the first time she's ever done this either.
It is not.
Okay, all right. So has she won an MA1 before?
Nope, she's gotten third and second, third in an L tier. That must be league, maybe.
Okay.
And then second in a C tier, and then this was a B tier that she won.
That's sick. That is so sick. And
she's also played pro men, and she's gotten 4th and didn't cash, and 7th and did cash.
Yeah, I love that she's unafraid, and this is why she's has become one of my favorite players. I loved her because she putts so well. But it's hard not to love how fearless she is and so young. That's pretty awesome. Smitty, what do you feel about this? I guess you've never really given your opinion.
I think it's awesome for her. I think it's incredible that she went in and could have gotten the easy win. She would have been the only woman. So that's kind of a no-brainer for her, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think if somebody like Rachel, she is going to win most of the women's division around here. And she sometimes plays MA2 or MA3.
Yeah, usually MA3. And I think that's where, like, honestly, like locally, that's where a lot of the pro women could maybe compete in MA3, but probably not even win. To not just compete MA3, but to go all the way up to MA1 and then win, that is just so impressive, man.
It's pretty cool. But I think if you pick any of those 5 women we had on that slide, I think they all win as well.
Don't you kind of want to see it, though? I don't know why. I just want to see them kick the shit out of some dudes. I just think it would be.
Juliana Korver cashed at USDGC.
Yeah, I think Paige also played there one year, right?
I think when Paige played, though, it might have been the ratings-based event. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But Paige has beat me in a round in Emporia before she was gazillion billion time major champion when she was just a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's cool. I think it's I don't know, because I think dudes, I mean, myself included, you for sure. I mean, we get a little cocky sometimes, and I think it's a real good taste of humble pie sometimes to have a woman come in and win.
Where is she from?
She is south, so Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama. That's it.
This event was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Okay, so she even traveled.
She traveled, and they might know of her. I don't know my geography well enough to know where she lives in Alabama, or if that's close to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. But so kudos to her. That's cool, and that is a big deal. Not a big deal, bro.
Yeah, huge deal.
Nah, big.
Huge deal for me.
Big.
You know, that's my girl. Good job, Cadence.
All right. You got to pick one of these two to ship off to a foreign country and leave them there forever.
Okay, sure.
Cadence, your new girl, or Rebecca Cox, your old flame?
First of all, I'm married, Smitty. I don't like you calling them flames.
Your old what? Hero? I don't know what you want to call her.
Yeah, my favorite. It's okay to just say favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, out with the old, in with the new, baby. I mean, Cadence, I'm telling you right now, she's got such a high ceiling, and she's not even as good as she's going to get, dude.
I think it's because she responded to your text messages, and Rebecca left you on not read.
No, I haven't messaged Rebecca, actually, but I did talk to Rebecca in person, and she's very, very kind.
Okay. All right, let's get out of here.
We're leaving?
Well, we got to move on. This is
I thought you wanted to hear about more of the people that I messaged and how they responded or not.
No, I'd prefer not to.
All right. Well, I guess that's the show then.
Yeah, man.
So we got some shout outs for the week. Anyone you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, for sure. I want to give a shout out to Anson for being the first person at the tournament this weekend and helping me set up the tables and mess with the tents and get all the frisbees out. Yeah, for sure. I want to shout out Kyle, your brother.
My brother.
Yeah, he helped with payout and helped clean up and hung out with us.
Are you forgetting anything else that he did?
Took my picture, but he doesn't care about that, Lucas. He's not like you. He's not going to be upset if I don't say that. We got to thank Knopper for running off the Ace Fund for us.
And then losing his chance to win the Ace Fund?
He's still through.
Yeah, but no discs were down, so he would have had to make it.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. He should have thrown first.
That's what I think too, yeah.
And, then he went and ate with us as well. It gets harder and harder to find some dude to throw a clipboard to and say run off the Ace Fund, mainly for that reason.
He did good, though.
Yeah, he did all right. And then, you know what? I guess even maybe thank you, Lucas, for being there all day, even though you didn't stay anywhere near my stuff and 12 discs and $122 are missing. But thanks, man.
It does seem like you're sticking with that number. Is that really a true number that you're off that much?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm like, the fact that you came back to the same exact number actually made me worried. Yeah, dude, it was fun. I really, really enjoyed it. And you're right. I just kind of left the cash there and went and spotted holes and hung out. I'm just not a good sitter. I'm socially inclined. I want to talk to people.
It is boring.
It is.
Everybody's there and then they just leave you.
Yeah. But I mean, it's nice when people walk by, they say stuff. People are trying to make me make rulings. I'm like, listen, I'm here to sell some shit. You want a disc? So yeah, I think I did sell quite a few of your discs though. So you're welcome.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Innova and Discraft for the big sellers. Those are the totes that took the biggest hit.
Well, if you would have had more MVP, there was an auto. Also, a lot of people are looking for trails, man. You gotta get more of those.
Sold out on those. I'm making a trip down to Harrington, I think, this week to get stocked up on some of that and some other little odds and ends.
What else does someone want? Yeah, trails, and then someone wanted the sweep, that new Latitude 64 disc.
Yeah, I ordered some Latitude and DD stuff as well.
All right. Well, you'll be stocked up for Toodle Toss then. Smitty, we did it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Let's get out of here. I'm hungry. Hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we see you next week as we do a little preview of the tournament coming up. We'll give survivor picks, and also we're going to do a check-in on your picks from the beginning of the year. See how people are shaking out. Until then, catch you then. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Later.